Well, Twitter's former head of security claims the social media site is rife with bots. The whistleblower reveals his current Twitter executives are deliberately undercounting the number of fake accounts, and its lax security makes it easy for accounts to be hacked. Twitter strongly denies the accusations.
This is Peter Zatko. Until January of this year, he was head of security at Twitter, but now he's a whistleblower. And he says Twitter's security problems are so grave, they are a risk to national security and democracy.
I think Twitter is a critical resource to the entire world. I think it's an extremely important platform.
He's handed over information about the company to US law enforcement agencies, including the SEC, FTC, and the Department of Justice. Twitter is pushing back, saying Zatko is peddling a narrative about our privacy and data security practices that is riddled with inconsistencies and inaccuracies and lacks important context. CNN and The Washington Post obtained a copy of the disclosure from a senior Democratic official on Capitol Hill. In it, Zatko claims nearly half of Twitter's employees have access to some of the platform's main critical controls.
There's an analogy of an airplane. So you get on an airplane and every passenger and the attendant crew all have access to the cockpit, to the controls. You know, that's entirely unnecessary. It might be easy, but it's too easy to accidentally or intentionally turn an engine off.
Twitter accounts belonging to a whole lot of famous people.
That kind of access contributed to the massive attack in the summer of 2020 when hackers, two of them teenagers, tricked a couple of Twitter employees into letting them into Twitter's systems. That gave them access to accounts, including that of then presidential candidate Joe Biden.
Foreign intelligence agencies have the resources to identify vulnerabilities that could have systemic effects across the entire platform, across the whole internet.
Twitter told CNN that since the 2020 hack, it had improved these access systems and had trained staff to protect themselves against hacking. Zatko also claims Twitter has been misleading about how many fake accounts and bots are on its platform. That's an issue that Elon Musk has made central to his attempt to get out of a deal to buy the company. Are you guys carrying water for Elon Musk?
Absolutely not. We've been following the news just like everyone else, but that has nothing to do with his decisions or with the content of what was sent in to U.S. law enforcement agencies.
Zatko says he was fired by Twitter in January of this year after he tried to raise the alarm internally. He points the finger at Twitter CEO Parag Agrawal, saying he has worked to hide Twitter's security vulnerabilities from the board. In response to the allegations, Twitter told CNN security and privacy had long been a priority at Twitter. As for Zatko, they said he, quote, was fired from his senior executive role at Twitter more than 6 months ago for poor performance and leadership. He now appears to be opportunistically seeking to inflict harm on Twitter, its customers, and its shareholders.